Hello, and
Hi.
welcome to the Cyber Tech Technology webinar on the Bully Free uh, Group NEA website. We had some technical difficulties, but we got Trish online. So, you know what? I'm going to just jump to her and then I'll talk a little bit when we come back. So, I'm going to send it over to Trish.
Hey, thank you so much for including me as part of this incredible initiative. And I'm just here today to talk about my work, which is my cyberbullying project, ReThink. So for me, it all started in the fall of 2013. It was just a normal day, and I came home from school to read the story online about this young girl named Rebecca Sedgwick, who was only 11 years old. And she had jumped off of her town's water tower to her death, all because she had been cyberbullied for over a year and a half. And reading that story, I was just stunned. I mean, I could not believe that someone, 2 years younger than myself, had taken her own life, and that it had been because she'd been cyberbullied. It seemed unacceptable to me, and I realized that I cannot be a bystander when it came to this issue. I had to find a way to jump in and help stop this problem at the source before the damage was done. And so that's really where my journey to create a better solution to stop cyberbullying online was born. And a few months later, I created ReThink. So ReThink is the world's first anti-bullying software that actually stops the cyberbullying before it happens. So what we do is, if an adolescent tries to post something offensive on social media, like "you are so ugly" or "why are you still alive," we rethink that adolescent. We give them a rethink alert that goes, "Whoa, hold on. Are you really sure you want to post that message? It could be offensive." And we conducted a 1,500 trial study on this that was acclaimed at the Google Global Science Fair, at the White House, and other venues. And what we found is that over 93% of the time, when adolescents receive this rethink alert, they change their mind and decide not to post an offensive message on social media. So the overall willingness to post an offensive message actually drops from 71% to 4%. And that was crazy incredible to us. We could not believe that such a simple solution could have such a profound impact on all of these kids everywhere around the globe. So this August, we finally rolled the software out on the Google Play Store for Android devices, on the App Store for iOS and Apple devices. I mean, it's just really been an honor to be able to know that I've been able to impact and help so many teens everywhere. And it's just really, really an honor to know that I'm able to change lives, because that's what I love to do. And the journey has just been a blessing for me. So that's really my story with cyberbullying, how I got involved, and why I think it's such an important issue, such a relevant issue that we need to work to eradicate one step at a time. Um, I don't think Susie's back there, so I'll continue to talk about my work. So some really interesting stats about bullying and cyberbullying that I think people should know and should be familiar with. Over 52% of adolescents in the United States have been cyberbullied. When we're talking adolescents, we're talking ages 12 to 18. And every year, the age only grows smaller and smaller for kids who are being cyberbullied. So those people can be as young as 8, 9, and 10, which is incredibly scary. Because they have access to social media, and with that social media comes an incredible amount of power. They become digital citizens online. They have to start making choices online, and with those decisions comes a lot of responsibility. So when we give these kids an enormous amount of power, we have to be careful to make sure that they recognize that everything that they post online, every word that they type out, is just as harmful as if you walked up to someone and said it to their face. Words online have meaning. And as digital citizens, we need to take step forward to make sure that we're making the right decision online. That's responsibility that we owe to others, responsibility that we owe to ourselves. So ReThink is much more than just software. It's a movement. We want people to adopt the ReThink mindset in every aspect of how they make decisions when they're interacting online and offline. Think about, the golden rule. Think about the way you want others to treat you and how you treat others. If you make the right decision, it'll have a positive impact. And that's what we want for our online and for our actual communities and the interactions we have every single day.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Now, real quick, can you tell them how to get the free app?
Sure. So you can download the free app for ReThink on your Google Android device or on your iOS device by going to the Google Play Store, typing in ReThink and downloading the app. It takes less than 2 to 3 minutes to complete. You can do the same thing on the App Store by going to the App Store, typing in ReThink, downloading the app. Again, less than 3 minutes of setup time. It's completely free. You won't even know it's there except when you need it.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be a part of this, and thank you for your emphasis and for your work on this initiative. It's such an important issue, and I really appreciate all the time and effort that you guys put in every day to help make all this happen.
Well, thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And I think one thing that I just want to point out too is it really helps that you're a teenager yourself, because kids will listen to teenagers much better than they listen to adults. Trust me.
Yeah,
I can't thank you enough. And if you have questions, I have Trisha's website and everything up on the resource page. So you'll be able to get some information there. And you can always post questions in my bully-free group, and we can get those answered for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. All right.
Okay. Now we're going to do a little screen sharing here and give you some information. Let's see. Let me make sure.
Hey, Susie, can I jump off then?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, we are going to, there we go. And let me start this from the beginning. First of all, this was the cyberbullying prevention technology, and it highlights rethink your words. It's texting, and obviously that was Trisha Prabhu, and I wanted to have her get on board because we were having some technical difficulties on her end, and she was traveling. So I'd like to tell you that this is put on by the Bully Free online group on the NEA PPC network. I am the facilitator, Susie Gannett, and I will have this information of how you can join the Bully Free group. It's online, it's free, and anybody can join. So first, let's take a look at exactly what we mean by bully texting. Bully texting is sending mean, embarrassing, untrue, or hurtful messages to or about someone using the cell phone. There's also sexting, sending sexually suggestive text messages to someone or about someone. Here are a few of the stats, and Trisha covered some of these. 9 out of 10 teens have a cell phone. About 1 in 5 will be victims of a text bully. About 1 in 10 teens engage in text bullying. It's more common among girls. And the problem with texting is it happens 24/7. There's no escape from it. And this is a tough one. As you know, if you have kids, they're attached to their cell phones. They sleep with their cell phones. As much as schools have tried to ban texting, these kids can do it with it in their pockets. So there's no escape from those messages. For sexting, it is against the law and can result in child pornography charges for the sender, even if they are minor. And that's important to remember, because a lot of people think even between texting and sexting, oh, I'm a minor, they can't have any charges against me. That's not true. This is what happens. The top 5 consequences for victims. There's depression, anxiety, social withdrawal, okay? Social withdrawal from school, from families, violence. Some of the school shooters have been text bullied, and suicide. And for teenagers, suicide is the second leading cause of death now. And the majority are from being bullied. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that on my webinar on Wednesday. Next, I've got resources. For text bullying, there is Trisha's site, Text Bullying, Bullying Statistics, Keep Kids Safe Online, Bully by Phone, the Sexting, and another article. Below that, you'll find to join the NEA Bully Free group. You can use the link below. And I'm going to have all these resources up and the slides up so that you'll be able to get this information. The NEA is an incredible site to find information on all types of bullying, and not only texting, but cyberbullying and face-to-face. So it's a great resource. Here's a couple ways we heard Trish talk about her program, but ways to combat effects of texting. Block numbers. It's not as effective, because what we do know is teens have a tendency not to tell parents what is going on or if they are getting bullied by texting. But it is an avenue that we can take. You might need to get your teen a new phone number. Above all, keep records and copies of the bullying text. Whether you do a screenshot, whether you can copy them off, but make sure you keep records of that. You need to keep a paper trail, because that's extremely useful if you have to go to the legal route. Also, text messages provide complete anonymity. This is a problem. Many pay-as-you-go mobile phone companies that you can buy, you can get this from, do not require proof of identity, nor there is no record of an owner. It's extremely difficult to trace where these text messages are coming from. Know the law and use it if you have to. I think that's a very important one. On Wednesday, we're going to be speaking to a Colorado family that their daughter, the first cyberbullying law to be put in place in Colorado, is named for their daughter, Kiana. Also, encourage kids to think before they send it. That is Trisha's message. And the app that she has created is incredible for doing that. It really stops it in its tracks. And the nice thing about it is it's instant. The kids can see it. It's not, I know a lot of kids, when I'm counseling them or talking to them, it's like, great, you give me all these ideas, my parents give me all these ideas, but you're not the one that is face to face with, these messages. You're not the one that's getting them in the middle of class. So it's really important to have something right there in front of your team to be able to block that message. Again, that was Rethink Your Words. We heard from Trish, and she's only 15 years old. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Okay. All right, we are back. Again, all this information will be available online. Also, this recording will be available. And all the links will be put on my Google site and also in my Bully Free group on the NEA network. I also want to invite you that we have Wednesday, we are going to be speaking to a Colorado mom who the family has been directly affected by texting. It's a story of Kiana Arenello, and it is a pretty incredible story. And it's about one family's fight to get a law passed against cyberbullying. I hope you can join us for that. That will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So I would love it if you would join us. All those events are available, and I have sent out invitations. Also, on Thursday, we have another one. And we're going to be talking to two, one is a film producer named Amy Weber, and it's an incredible film called A Girl Like Her. And the other woman that we'll be talking to is Christy Buck from Be Nice Online. It's an incredible program, so I hope you'll join us for that. Again, that is October 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for allowing us on this. We had some glitches, but we're good to go. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, one more thing. You can post any questions you have. I'll have a link to it on my events site, so you can post questions, or if you'd like even additional resources or information, I will give you the link to that. Thank you very much.